Well, hello there everybody, what's up? So I hope you guys are doing great today. It is an awesome Saturday here in Ohio. Kind of hot, but you know, gotta do what you gotta do. So, I wanted to do 5.5 ways to stay inspired. It's certainly something I see all the time in the comment section. You know, how do you stay motivated, inspired to keep working on guitar? And for me, you know, guitar is just an instrument that I love so much that it's really easy just to stay motivated and practice all the time. But I was thinking of like tips that maybe have helped me along the way, and I thought maybe I would share them with you and see if maybe they help someone else. And of course, if any of you have tips for staying inspired and motivated, please leave them below in the comment section. Someone else might read it and really get something out of it. So without further ado, number one. So number one about staying inspired and motivated is be around inspiring people. So if you're around someone who's always putting down your playing, criticizing you and stuff like that, there's a difference between constructive criticism and just being a jerk. So, you know, those are the people you don't need to be around, because that's not going to help out your situation. If you're around someone who's motivating you, like I said, constructive criticism is a great thing. Don't be afraid of that. But if someone's just being mean, like always putting down your playing or telling you how much better they are than you, that's not cool. You don't need to be around that person, and I would definitely not recommend it. Now, if you don't have musician friends, you know, this can go in just real life in general. You know, there's no reason that you should ever be treated that way, and you need to get away from that person and try to surround yourself with people who are going to motivate you and bring out the best in you. And you know, again, you know, just looking for people online, maybe joining a community of people. You know, some forums can be kind of brutal, but some forums are really nice. So that could be another outlet of maybe not having in-person contact with people, but you could join a group of really good musicians who are, you know, they're just there to motivate you and make you better. Number two, yo. So this is find new tones. Now, if you're in a rut, sometimes without even trying to learn something new or something, find a different guitar tone than what you normally play with. And at least for me, it inspires all kinds of new ideas. That's a big reason why I love the Axe effects so much, is because there's so many tones I wouldn't even think of. I don't have a clue how these tones are made, but you know, they bring out so many different ideas. Like I hear there's some weird crazy tone with a tremolo and a, you know, flanger happening and all this stuff, and I'm like, oh, this is weird, but then I kind of come up with something, I'm like, oh, I wouldn't have thought of that without this effect happening. So, you know, try new tones, something that is going to take you out of your comfort zone completely. It doesn't have to be a new style. If you're a rock guitar player, you don't have to go learn jazz. I recommend it, but, you know, that's not required. Sometimes just changing your tone can be a huge, you know, way to stay inspired and just bring new ideas to you. Number three is probably the most common one that you're going to hear out of people, and that is learn a new style of music. And I couldn't agree more, to be honest. There's something really interesting about learning a style of music that is different from what you're comfortable with at all. Like, I remember growing up playing bluegrass music with my dad, listening to a lot of country music, a lot of rock music, and they all have different feels. And it's like, you take a person who's never played funk music before, it's going to be a nice little challenge for them to get that groove and swing that's involved in it. Or you take a person like me who doesn't play jazz, and you give them a bunch of jazz chords, and it's like, okay, it makes me slow down and really like articulate what I'm doing and just really think out, you know, just what's happening, and it inspires me because it's a whole new view all of a sudden on the fingerboard. On the guitar, I'm like, wow, I didn't think of like looking at it this way. So learning a new style of music is probably, like I said, the most common answer, but it is definitely one of the biggest things I think that can keep a player inspired, because it's new, it's fresh, it's just a great way to kind of get in there and get going on something different. Number four, play in new areas. So I spend a lot of time in this room, which I love doing, but sometimes it's nice to get out. I've really found this year I've gotten out just into nature, you know, going to different places and taking my acoustic or guitar or something like that just to work on coming up with new ideas. And I find myself, I'm being inspired in a new way. Just kind of like how I use a new tone, new areas are giving me new inspiration, you know. Maybe it's just the scenery or something like that that inspires a new idea. But you know, the other day there was a big thunderstorm that just went through, and at the end of it, when it was safe to go outside, I ran and grabbed my guitar and I sat on the porch and I just played guitar for a little bit while there was still thundering in the background, and you could kind of see the lightning way off in the distance, and all this stuff. But it was truly inspiring. So just kind of putting yourself in a new location can, you know, I think really kind of spark up the inspiration. Number 5, record your progress. You know, there's nothing more inspiring than seeing where you were, you know, a month ago to where you are now, or 3 months ago. And that way you actually get to see how much better you have become. So one of the greatest things about YouTube for me is I can go back and look at videos from like 3 or 4 years ago, and I can be like, wow, I really am better than what I was. I feel like I have improved a lot. And it's really motivating, and it just makes you want to keep going, because it's like, hey, maybe in another year I'll be that much better than what I am right now. So definitely record yourself, chart your progress, that way you can actually see where you've been and then where you are today. Number 5.5 with the cat. So number 5.5, and you know, the best advice I can probably give out of all of this stuff is remember why you play. What is the reason that made you play? Why do you want to do this? You know, I look back and it's just like, for me, I truly love music. You know, it's 100% passion, you know, and if you're a person who isn't a musician or something like that, and you don't understand the passion side of just this instrument, you know, just creating music, it's hard to understand why someone would be so obsessed with something. But remember why you play, and remember where you want to be. That's always a huge motivator for me, because I want to be a better guitar player. I want to do clinics. I want to do like all kinds of stuff, but to do that I gotta be better. So that always inspires me to continue to work and be like, well, if I want to do this stuff, I need to keep working on getting better as a musician, just as a person, all this stuff. So if there's one huge tip I should say that I can give you, is that, you know, remember why you're playing the instrument in the first place. Always remember that. Alrighty homies, that will wrap it up for today. Hopefully those were helpful to you in some kind of way. If you would, please hit that subscribe button. You can follow me on Facebook and Instagram. I got a Patreon. We're getting ready to release a new video and song that I crashed my drone, but it's fixed now and back at it. And of course, lesson packs are down below. All the links are down below in the description, Skype lessons, all that stuff. So other than that, peace out homies, keep on rocking, and I will see you later. High five, coming in hot.